And we're live. Dun dun dun. Hi guys. Okay, there my voice goes high again. I know I'm a freaking weirdo. It's great. It's good to be able to be a weird if you want to be weird. So I'll probably repeat myself a few times, but while we're waiting for people to come in, where does our soul go when we leave our physical body, when we die? Why are we here on planet Earth? Okay, and what happens when our body dies? That kind of matches up with the first one. Where does our soul go when we die? So, hi, Miss Myra. How are you? I just want to say, come on in, grab a seat, grab some tea, grab some 7-Up, whatever it is. Come say hi. Hi, Miss Kendra. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Allison. How are you? How are you? Carmen, hello. Oh, I've got tea. I got English breakfast decaf, but I should have got tension tamer because hi, Miss Sue, because my day did not go the way it was supposed to. I spent an hour and a half in my car waiting for my husband. Practicing patience is what I've been doing. Shit, I have a lot to do. Come on. So, not as prepared as I wanted to be because I just got home, running the door. Oh my God, throw some deodorant on. Even though you can't smell me, I figured I should be. Oh, criminy. Um, Lynette, hello. Bonnie, hello. Barb, hello. Oh shoot, did that when I took care of my mom. Sorry, I just spilled tea on myself. Shelly, hello. Miss Arva, hello. Long time no see. It is hot today. It's warm, warm, warm. That's probably why I was sitting in my car getting grumpy. Hi. I'm not on, well, I am on Instagram, but I'm not live on Instagram. I don't know how to do that. I have a hard time with Instagram. I haven't figured it out. If anybody has any tips and tricks, let me know. Grumpy might be in the air. Oh shit. Hi Kim. Hi Tom and Mary. Hi. I think I said hi Shelly already, but if I didn't, hi. Oh, Valen, hello. So tonight I want to talk about well, let me backtrack. Last week, I believe it was last week. Did I do a live last week? We talked about Allison. I'll answer that in a second. Last week, I think we talked about soul contracts, and this is kind of following up with that. Kind of what happens when we pass and why we're here on Earth. And there's I don't necessarily know that there's confusion over it, but there's a lot of misinformation. And from what I've been shown from Spirit, who, there's there. So I'll talk a little bit tonight about that, and I'll take your guys' questions on that too. Okay. So Allison, do I have TikTok? I do and I don't. I had TikTok just because I had a friend on TikTok going on 2 years now. In August, it'll be 2 years. And it was a pretty ugly situation. So when somebody says TikTok to me, I still get a little triggered. But I'm working through it. So I kind of had TikTok, but I kind of don't. So I still have an account there, but I haven't really done anything with it. So you're on Teresa B. You're on YouTube. You're coming through on YouTube, not on Instagram. So, and I don't have a huge following on YouTube either. So it's going to be pretty small. But I like to post to both places. And that way I don't have to upload this to there, if that makes any sense. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Pam. Hi, Miss Nancy. How's Grady? How's Grady doing? Teresa, I switched. There you are. Kenzie growled. All right, you guys. Do you guys have any questions about soul contracts? Do you have any questions about what happens when we leave our physical body? Did anybody not have any even thoughts about what happens when we leave? When our soul severs from the body? So I will start by sharing we have what is called a life review. So when we leave the physical body, what I've been shown, what I believe to be true, is that the soul can hang around for a few days, if not longer. They can attend their funerals. I've had many tell me about the whole situation and what's going on there. That's actually a really good question. So the life review is where we look at everything that was that we did or that we didn't do in this life, because our soul signed up for this, believe it or not. Our soul said, these are things I need to learn. I'm going to come to earth to do that. And I've had people get pretty upset with me because it's like, why would I choose the suffering? Well, you didn't choose the suffering. Your soul chose the lessons. There's a difference. Your soul chose the lessons for whatever reason that was. It can be karmic, and karma isn't a punisher. It's not sitting there going, you're going to hell and you're going to hell. I've never seen a hell. I've never been shown a hell. And I've seen some people do some pretty bad shit. I do get a lot of healing that has to take place. A lot of healing that has to take place. And then Allison had a great question. Is there a purgatory? I've heard yes and no. I haven't necessarily been shown purgatory, but I will tell you, I will use my dad as an example. My dad did some shit in his lifetime that wasn't the greatest, and he made some bad choices, and he hurt people and himself, to be honest. And when he had his life review, it was like forever. I'm like, good God, are you done with that thing yet? Now they don't have time on the other side, but it just felt like months and months, like 6 months to a year. It just felt, or even longer. It just felt like his life review was a really long time. There was a lot of healing that had to take place. And there's a lot of healing that still has to take place because of the choices he made in his life. Okay. Like my mom's life review, hers was pretty quick. Okay. My son, I think most of you who are on here who follow me know that my son took his life, and his life review was a little bit longer as well, even though he had a shorter life. But there was a lot of healing that also had to take place in that time. And again, the soul will carry that. So in his next incarnation, he will work through that. And I've already been shown some of the stuff, and I was like, God damn it. I don't want to do it again. Hi, Emma. How long does the life review occur? That's a great question, Nancy. And I feel like I might have covered that, but I think it depends on the amount of work you have to do. How screwed up were you in this lifetime? So that kind of tells you, kind of gives you an inkling of how much time you might have. Okay. Again, if there was a purgatory, it would be in that phase. Well, I am not sure if I'm hearing somebody's thoughts because it didn't sound like my guides, but what I heard was, yes, there is a purgatory, but not in this existence. That's interesting. I'm going to dive into that too. So I'm just throwing that back up to spirit. Teresa, my ex, came to his service and asked me to pass along a message to his immediate family in attendance. Yep. That's beautiful. And that you received it, that you trusted it, and you shared it. And my hope is that by being so vocal, more and more people, and I think more people are waking up, actually, I know they are, so that they can trust that when they get that information, that it is a beautiful opportunity to give a message to somebody. Okay? Hi, Miss Kimberly. So Lynn Bailey says, I'm backtracking. So the review of your life could be your karma. No, karma, again, karma's like a diary. It's not a punishment. It can be good or bad, but it's not labeled. We humans label it, but spirit doesn't label that. The soul doesn't label it good or bad. The soul labels it experiences. I've done this. oh, I did this in this life, so now I'm going to understand this. It could be, oh, in this lifetime I was filthy rich and I saw these poor people and I felt sorry for them, and now I'm going to get to understand what it's like to come in with less. Okay? So there are all kinds of situations that can occur. So it's not a punishment. And the life review is a result of your life. So when you pass because you planned this, then it's kind of like doing an exit interview. If you work for a company and then you decide to leave before you leave, and they're like, okay, how was this? How did this go? Did you feel? I mean, you get an exit interview. So think of your life review as an exit interview. And then an opportunity to look. Did I create more karma? Was there more stuff that I had to do? And then you're going to start working on that on your next existence. But you can also work on it in the spiritual realm, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay, I hope I answered. Oh, Peggy, I wanted to say hello. Hello, Vermont. So, so can you do all of your soul's healing before you come back, I personally do not believe you can. Or is it what you don't heal, you work on in your next contract? Also, do you have a new Yeah, you have a new contract every time you come back. You have new experiences. We don't always come back as Melissa Henyon or Allison Strickland or Anna Iva. We come back. We can be masculine or feminine. Our soul is sexless. Ba, ba, ba. Interesting, isn't it? So we can be male or female. We may prefer one or the other, but it also depends on what we need to work on. If what we're working on works best in the masculine, then we will come in as masculine. Or if what we need to work on works best in the feminine, we'll come in as feminine. Okay. Oh, Michelle, I appreciate you. Oh, 2021. Oh, that's still so new. Oh, honey, I just want to hug you. Losing a child by suicide is probably I mean, I don't want to label them, but at the same time, I kind of just started to, didn't I? It is how about that? One of the most difficult experiences, at least for me. It was my most difficult experience. So my heart goes out to you. In 20, she was just a baby. My son was 23. He would have been 23. So, yeah, that's way too young. There's so much that they are here to learn. I do hear she made a huge impact, though, that she did a lot in that 20 years. Does that make sense for you? Michelle Murray, would you understand that? Lynn Bailey, you're welcome. Miss Sue, hello, Spokane. Rosanna Clark Bryan, how do I get a reading? If you would like a full reading, you can book that through my website. It is melissahenyon.com. Otherwise, as I'm going tonight, if something comes up for you, I'll share it for sure. Okay. Bob Brown, hello. Peggy, I did a past life regression and found it a wonderful experience. I highly recommend past life regressions. I think they're fabulous. I really do. Especially if there's something that you're stuck on in this life, they can really help you clear that up. Do our loved ones get to see how our perspective of a situation during their lifetime? Yes. Yes, they do. They're not limited. Once we leave the physical, we're not stuck in this same mindset. Again, human. This is human. This is our avatar. This is programmed. This is complete programming. Okay. I mean, why else would we all be so different and have so many different experiences? And we're all so incredibly unique because we're supposed to be different. We're not supposed to be the same. I believe that I how to put this. I believe that God basically lives vicariously through all of us, and we are expressions of source energy. Okay. So, have you ever heard the term, oh, I bet he's rolling over in his grave, or I bet grandma rolled over in her. No, they're not in there. I mean, even if you go to the cemetery to visit them, you're bringing them with you. They're not sitting there going, where the hell is she? Martha's late today. Maybe in the car talking to you on the way there. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, look at those flowers. but they're not waiting for you. And I'm not saying don't go. I'm just saying if you want to go, that's a beautiful thing. If you want to go to the cemetery to see your loved ones, but they're with you. Okay. I have people come to see me, and it's really funny because as they're driving up, I'll stand in my driveway and kind of watch. I have a long driveway, and so it's fun to watch the people with them as they're driving up the road. So sometimes I'll stand out there. I'm like, oh, your grandma's with you. Oh, okay. I cracked myself up, apparently. So Barb says, so a life review of someone like Lacey is probably quick since she was like a permanent child with only love in her heart. Yeah. Yeah, probably very quick. Oh, bless her sweet soul. I get to visit with her, didn't I? I feel like I did. Miss Rochelle, good evening, sweetie. Rosanna. Thanks, Miss Arva. I appreciate you so much. Deborah, did you get a chance to explain the happenings in your life review? So again, when we go through the life review, we're looking at the situations, how we expressed ourselves, how we didn't express ourselves, where we held back, where we could have pushed a little more, the ebbs and the flows. And basically what they just showed me was choices. They showed me our choices, how we make choices and how those affect us. Okay. Because people say to me all the time, I don't have a choice. Yes, you do. You don't like them, but you have them. We have choices. I'm not going to say I didn't have to make some I didn't like. And maybe I didn't make some because I didn't like it. But yeah, we have choices. And that's a big thing that's coming up. Like I said, what they just showed me, so I am clairvoyant as well as clairaudient. And so they just showed me the fork in the road and how we make different choices. And they're saying it's always a safe bet to choose the one that makes you feel good. And I don't mean makes you feel good as in puts the bad stuff off, but this is what I really want to do. This is where I'm supposed to be. I feel this in my bones kind of energy. And usually if you're doing something that's hurting a lot of people, that may be a good sign you shouldn't be doing it. I'm just saying. Tina, I have lost some close dear friends lately. I do feel them. One not yet. She passed last. Oh, so spirit can come through the moment that they pass. Literally, like, pop, oop, out they go. What the hell? They can come through the moment that they pass. I usually ask people to wait up to 6 months, depending on the passing and how close you were to that person, because my experience in losing my son, my mom, my dad, a sister, all of my aunts and uncles except my one auntie, when we're in deep grief, much of what's being said we're not even going to be able to hear or to comprehend or to understand. So I ask people to give themselves some time to start moving through that grieving process. I was a walking zombie for the first 6 months of my son's passing. I remember I worked for a large fruit company, and I remember sitting in the office, and it was like I woke up one day. I was like, what the hell? It was like I was aware of everything that happened, but I was just on autopilot, and it was like the lights came on. So that is the reason I ask people to wait, just to give themselves time to move through that deep grief. Michelle, it is still difficult at times. It does make sense. She was a child with a big, oh, honey. Okay. Send in my deepest condolences to you. Heather says, funny, was just listening to the Spirits book, talks about this same thing. Maybe you need to hear this. Rosanna, you're welcome. Hi, Miss Donna. Who is with you when you do your life review? Fabulous question. Your guides, your team of guides and angels step in with you. What they're saying is that you're ascended master. So you have a huge team. You have a team that's comprised of ascended masters such as Jesus, Buddha, Mother Mary, Kuan Yin. That's a huge list. We all have one on our team. And yes, a lot of us share the same one. And in my experience, people in America or who are Christian, maybe that's a better one, usually have Jesus. but that's not always the case. I work with Buddha as well. I work with his energy often. Okay. You can actually decipher when they're coming into your energy, and it's really beautiful experience. Very loving, healing energy. Okay. And I work with Jesus also. Just throwing it out there. Okay. So you have an ascended master who would be with you. You would have an archangel such as Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Ariel, Archangel Gabriel. There's our Archangel Daniel. Oh my God, I think Metatron is on that team. So there is a huge list, huge list. Yeah. Rochelle, I am sending you so much love. And I know that you're going through it right now. So I'm just going to ask everybody who's watching this if you would just take a moment and just send lots of love her way. And all you have to do is think about it and just imagine it going from your heart to hers. It's that simple. And it may sound silly to do, especially if you've never done it. And just don't tell anybody. I do weird shit all the time. I don't tell people. Actually, I do. I do tell people. But guess what I did? I hugged a tree. I've done all kinds of weird shit. Makes you feel better. Okay, as long as you're not hurting someone. So just imagine that coming from the center of your heart. And then for those of you who have ever asked somebody to pray for you or send you love, have you ever sat and received that energy? You just let it sit there. So I would have you sit spine straight, shoulders back, feet flat on the floor, palms up in your lap. And just say, I give myself permission to receive all of the healing, all of the love, all of the thoughts, all of the care that has ever been sent to me in this lifetime or others. And just sit with that. And I would sit with it for several minutes. And if you feel nothing, that's okay. But you also might feel a whole heck of a lot. Okay. It depends on how tuned in you are. Did I say that correctly? How tuned in you are. Okay. But just allow it. And I would do that a couple of times a week too, and just let that energy come to you and see how that makes you feel. Okay. Oh, Shelley, much love. Oh. Her mom passed on November 22. Didn't realize how much it would impact me. And as kids, we always think, well, we know that our parents are going to die. That's what we think, but they're your parents. They're your parents. You have that bond with them, especially our moms. Literally, we have an umbilical cord bond to them. That's an etheric cord. Okay. Sending you so much love, Shelley. Jamie, Washington State in the house. Woo woo, me too. There's actually quite a few people in here that are from Washington. Wondering what you're feeling. So give me a second. If something, I'll just jump in. I will tell you what I feel. I feel tied down. So I don't know if you're holding yourself back from something or if somebody else is, but it feels like tied down or restricted. So it feels like it may be time to make some changes that would suit you. Okay. Let me know if that resonates. Okay. Tina, I don't know if you asked a question, sweet soul. I might have missed it, but hi. Okay. Miranda, hello. Miss Bonnie, question. My aunt just passed. If you talk to them and tell them how much you love them, do they hear you? Yes, absolutely. When you say their name, they hear you. Every day. Here, let me put this on so I can look right at my screen. Okay. Everyone always says talk to them. They hear you. Talk to them. They hear you. They feel you. They sense you. They feel your vibration. They sense your vibration. Okay. They can tell when you're sad. Sometimes if they're with us a lot, especially when they first die, they'll stay with our energy. And we may start really struggling to move through our grief. So they will pull their energy back a little bit to kind of help us. It's not a punishment. They're not trying to hurt us. They're not mad at us, but they're like, okay, let's step back a tiny bit and give her a chance to kind of to heal through this. Okay. Hi, Miss Dawn. Tiffany. Oh, good. I'm something. Oh, shit. Oh, honey, I absolutely will. I haven't had any stragglers for a while. Every now and then I would get somebody coming through and I would post on here. Like if I felt like it may be somebody who follows me. And if that happens, I will come post on here. If I know for sure who it is, of course I would reach out to them. Absolutely. I was in the shower one day and I had somebody's husband with me. I was like, well, that's interesting. Give me a second. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, Rosanna. So when you're really feeling like you're missing them so much, my guess is that they're in your energy. So just say hi to them and thank them for being with you and send them love. Rosanna, for you, I will tell you, don't shut that heart down. So you may try to protect yourself and stop sending love out to people, but that isn't protecting you at all. That's doing the opposite. So when we shut down and we restrict and we withhold love to others, it can cause a lot of emotional and physical problems, believe it or not. So send love to people as much as possible. And I would even suggest stating as you're driving down the road, I bless you with pure love and light. I bless you with pure source energy, because blessing people raises your vibration and it helps them. You don't have to tell them you're doing it. Again, don't tell anybody you're doing it. Just try to mind your own business. I bless you. I bless you. I bless you. Especially if there's somebody that you're struggling with. Send them love and healing thoughts and healing energy. Okay. And ask for the greatest good to be done. And ask for healing to take place too. You can't necessarily intervene in somebody else. They have to do that for themselves. It's free will. But you can push it their way and hope that they receive it. And another thing is you can ask their guides to kind of knock on their door. I will do that, especially if I'm driving and somebody's tailgating me. I'm like, I think you can ask them to back off, please. Thank you. It works fairly often. Okay. Without hitting my brakes, I'm just saying. Okay. Oh, my thing did something. Teresa. Yeah, we all have choices. I think my thing blipped and went way up to the top, so I'm a little bit behind. Okay. Oh, Pam, that's an interesting. I actually think that the depression comes from the low vibration and feeling sorry, feeling sad, feeling angry, feeling frustrated. I don't think it's about, well, actually, maybe not comprehending the lesson. And see, I'm just going to ask my guides. They said there's valuable thought there. I don't know what this means, but I hear institutional awareness. Not learning life lessons. Well, they're saying that depression can be from not learning life lessons, because then that's when we start to get depressed or frustrated because we're in a situation and we're not able to see through it. And seeing through that frustration and onto the other side and making changes in your life and in your situation is what's going to help you raise your vibration. You can choose to be happy or sad, but a lot of times people choose the sadness, believe it or not. And I will tell you, just from my readings, I will tell you that that can be very true, because we choose what we're comfortable with and what we know. And when we see something in it, maybe it is happy, but I'm like, I don't understand happy. I don't understand that shit. Why am I'm not doing that. I know this. I know human nature is so intriguing, so intriguing. Okay. Lisa, I lost my brother in 2011. I still miss and think about him every day. Can you say what a blessing? Can't say what a blessing. Oh, honey, hugs and love to you. My son was in 2010, and still, I mean, there's still days, So sending you so much love. What I hear for you, Lisa, is don't forget the good times. Focus on the good times. Focus on the good times. And then I am literally seeing somebody swinging off of oh shit, like into the water off of a rope. A rope swing is that what that's called? Shit, that took a lot. Um, so would you understand that? Would you guys have ever done that? Does that make any sense? Lisa Edwards. Let me scroll down and see if maybe she's not on here because that's been a minute ago. Oh, yeah, Dawn. Yes, ma'am. It is happening for us, not to us. Absolutely. That's powerful. Oh, Lisa. Oh, good. Okay. So, so that's a memory to hold on to. That swinging in the water on the rope swing. Did somebody get kicked in the head on the rope swing by any chance? Was there somebody down below? It's funny. I did that when I was a kid. I swing off and there's a kid below me. Kicked him right in the head. Not on purpose, by the way. Oh, you. So what spirit will do is they will trigger things within me, like my memories will come to the surface. So that's really cool. Okay, Lisa, that's funny. But you lived. But you lived. I say that to my granddaughter. But did you die? Grandma, I know. All right. So it is 5:34. So I do need to go over to the subscriber group. So thank you guys for joining. Again, I've been trying to do this every Wednesday. Sometimes I have a topic, sometimes I don't. And since I didn't give out numbers today, little messages, I will try to do that next week. So join me again next week. Remember, if you like this, to like it and share it, thumbs up, heart, whatever, because that helps, believe it or not. And the more likes and shares, the more I get seen. And that helps me grow and spread my cheer or my anguish. Okay, you guys, you have a wonderful one. Peggy, it was wonderful to meet you as well. All right. And to all the newbies, thanks for being here. All right, guys, have a good one.